Now over my shoulder right here, you can see a Camplux propane shower. And this box is a brand new version of that.
Now, as I get this hot water heater unboxed, I want to take a second to disclose that Camplux did send this unit for me to review, and the unit they sent me is the F5 Pro, which is a portable propane tankless hot water heater system with 34,000 BTUs, 1.32 gallons per minute of flow, and a built-in digital display for easy temperature control. It's lightweight, off-grid ready, and comes with a 12-volt pump for low-pressure setups. So let's take a closer look at how this unit performs.
Well, my initial impressions are they have very much streamlined the outside look of it. On the front, instead of having the two gauges like this unit had, it looks like they've gone to just one gauge here. Your outside one is going to determine your water. So that is going to be the amount of water you're going to allow the pump to push through, or the water pressure. And then right here is the amount of gas, or which essentially turns and changes the temperature of the hot water. Now, in this new model compared to the last model that is actually kind of nice is right here on this screen is a way for you to see the temperature that, of the water that you're using. So that way, you know, sometimes it's scary when you're doing these small propane showers that if you crank that gas, it can sometimes put out scalding water. This way, now you know you're safely using some hot water. Or if you don't want to use up a bunch, you can just turn that down to get your best temperature. The bottom is essentially the same. It's a lot cleaner looking than what they used in the past. You have your same water outlet and your same water inlet here. And then this is going to be where the batteries are to power the starter. Now on the back side here, what I do like is this also folds up flush now. Where in the past it wasn't that way. And then on the back, again, a lot more finished looking product this time than what it looked like last time. They have the nice stamped logo in here, another sheet metal kind of backing with all the instructions and dangers, and then a mounting hole here for mounting this onto your camper or hanging it somewhere. I don't know how well this use will be with the gas and the water knob being the same knob. It feels a little loose in there, so I don't know how that would hold up over time. Only time will tell. This particular unit also does come with the same accessories that the last one came with. Essentially, you have a way to go straight onto a 12-volt battery if you choose. It is already fused or has an inline fuse for you. That is a 15 amp fuse. You can't really see that, but and then they have this Anderson style, I believe it's Anderson style connector that would plug into the other side of the pump. They also give you a baggie for some replacement parts, as well as some fittings for running a garden hose connector if you wanted to go straight out of your garden hose or off of your pump on your RV, or if you have a van. That way you don't have to use the supplied pump if you don't want to, which this supplied pump is 12 volt DC, 3.5 amps, 1.2 gallons per minute. And original pump is also 1.2 gallons per minute. So you can pretty much see they're identical, just a different sticker, it looks like. So this also comes with the same cigarette lighter plug if you want to go straight into your power on board. And it also has an on-off switch, very much exactly like the last one. Now I'm going to go ahead, if you guys haven't seen the review of that video, I'm going to link it up top here. I go into depth about the pump and how to use it and all that kind of stuff, as well as putting it together. I don't feel like I really need to do that as much on this video because it's the same thing. So what we are going to do is just put the inlet and outlet quick connectors on, and I'm going to use the pump and the hose that I already have. Since they are exactly rated the same, they're the same pump. I'm not going to change really anything in that review category. I also need to steal the batteries. This one's nice because it has markings on the casing here, so it's actually a lot nicer than how the other one was. It just seems like everything is just leveled up from the last product. It just seems like a lot nicer of a setup. So and the nice thing about that battery thing too is you just press that down and it releases, and then you can press it down and it locks again. So that might be a problem. You might have your batteries falling out depending on how you store this. I'm going to put this guy on the outlet. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. And then for the garden hose fitting, this piece would go on here instead. But I would probably throw some Teflon tape on that because that might leak. I give you an O-ring to go on the inside of that so your hose won't leak as much. But other than that, I definitely would put some Teflon tape on that if I was going to use this. That way this tightens all the way down and it's waterproof, and then your garden hose can go in that right there, and you don't have to worry about supplying a pump or anything like that. So if you already have an onboard pump, you don't have to worry about that, then there you go. But okay, those are on there nice and snug. Also, this comes with a shower head that you can just screw on here. Same exact shower head setup as the last one. There's an on-off button, and then there's different spray heads. These are nice. They're compression latches. Again, the tubings that they set for this are essentially the same. I'll show you the blue one because I have it handy. They just changed the color on it, it looks like, but it's the same technology. And then I'll show you guys too, because they send you all the hose clamps and everything for the pump. So you can see that's how that looks when you have it all set up. But these are very tight on that, so it's a pain in the butt. But yeah, you put both hose clamps and you're good to go. So all you do for these, you just push that on and it will click. I'll do it so you guys can hear. And then you just pull that to come off. Good to go. So we can use this, and then we're going to take my propane bottle here. This bottle felt a little light, so I'm hoping I have enough. Then you take the end for the pump, and I'm just going to fish it down into this jerry can I have here with water. And then I'm using a Jackery today because it has a cigarette plug in it. It's just a little easier. Right now I don't have a cigarette plug handy in the van from where I'm at right here, so I'm going to use the Jackery right now. All right, here we go. I'm going to turn the water up pretty high, and we'll turn the gas right about middle there. You can see that 70 degrees right there, 72. I don't know if you can see it with the screen. 99, 100, 102. Okay, so one of the things I want to test is actually seeing how accurate that is for the hot water. So in terms of that reading there, so I'm going to fill a bucket here and we're going to take a reading and see how hot it is. So that is saying, I don't know if you guys can see with how the light is, 122. Yeah, pretty much there. So a little screen is actually pretty handy. The only thing I have noticed is it is not very bright. So I'm out kind of in my backyard here and there's quite a bit of sun out. So I'm actually struggling seeing it. I know you guys are probably struggling seeing it, but it is still there. So that's kind of a positive, but that is just something to kind of note with that screen. The control dials are pretty easy to work with. I did not have any issues adjusting that. So now, all in all, I'm very impressed with the Camplux shower here. I have been using the other version since I received it last year. Now, in the last month and a half or so, I've actually used it in my van because I froze my hot water heater and broke it. So I'm waiting for the new version of that to come out so I can install that. But for the meantime, if I needed hot water to take a shower, do a dish, things like that, I've been using my Camplux and have really enjoyed it. I'm also planning on using this particular unit in my overlanding build that I'm going to be doing here soon. I have a truck on order, waiting for it to get here. I'm hoping to hear if that's in production here soon. They said between March and June is maybe when I would see it. So fingers crossed that comes soon. Working on a very simple overlanding setup at the beginning, but looking forward to doing some more traditional camping this summer with that, as well as, you know, my van adventures that we do. So If you guys are interested in picking up a Camplux shower system, that is going to be linked down below. It is an affiliate link, so if you guys do purchase it, a small percentage is going to be kicked back to me. No extra cost to you, just a great way to support the channel. So if you guys have not watched the last Camplux review, then I would click right here to check that out, and I will see you guys in the next video.